Hi folks, Kieran here again. Hope you're all good. I recently saw a video by Gothatfunk, which was his 10 favourite bands, and I thought I would join the fun and do my 10 favourite bands. There's a bit of an overlap with your 10 favourite bands, Gothatfunk, which are all pretty cool bands as well. Anyway, without further ado, I will tell you my 10 favourite bands. Actually, musical acts, because some of them are solo artists. This list, actually, before I start, is a little bit of a reflection of my musical taste from maybe a few years back. I mean, I still stand by these as the 10 best musical acts of all time. But in the last 10 years, I've tended to approach my music fandom slightly differently, and I tend to troll around YouTube and listen and find the odd songs by lots of different bands. So basically, most of the songs I like these days are kind of from a huge number of different bands, and I tend not to sort of listen to albums anymore. So also maybe I'm a little bit more it's a little bit harder to enjoy new music now. Maybe my brain's seizing up with age over the years, so maybe those really vivid experiences of music were kind of stronger when I was a teenager or whatever. So anyway, without further ado, here's the list. At number 10, I have the great band Yes. I absolutely love Yes. Their kind of strong points. Oh, actually, as I go along, I'll tell you the kind of strong points of the musical act. For example, some groups have got a really good singer. Some have got really good sort of arrangements. Others have got good melodies. Some are kind of protest singers and have got really good sort of message, kind of beyond the music. Really gets me going anyway. Others are really good lyrics, good kind of poetry. With Yes, they've got this unique singer, John Anderson. Has got this really kind of high voice, and he really sounds like a kind of hippie or something, a kind of otherworldly kind of guy. And also the album covers are amazing by Roger Dean, and they tend to suggest a kind of another world going on, and the music also is kind of really kind of crazy, and you got like half-hour songs, and you really feel like you're on a kind of musical journey to sort of find the good tunes. Okay. Sorry, there's a baby in the room, kind of gurgling. Sorry about that, if you can hear that. Hopefully she won't wake up. Number 9 is, I've got them written down there. Mike Oldfield. Yeah, I've always loved the music of Mike Oldfield. His kind of strong points are, I guess, the melodies and the arrangements. He has sort of had a bit of a foray into, especially in the 1980s, to having sort of traditional kind of songs, but he kind of used kind of session musicians, so it wasn't quite as great as his instrumental music is. So yeah, a completely unique musician. He really didn't give a damn about the rule book, and kind of just did his own thing. Started off doing very repetitive kind of music, and but yeah, absolutely unique, and I keep on listening to his stuff even years later. Next to my list, which I can't quite read because my eyesight's a bit rubbish, I have number 8, Mr. Warren Zevon. Yes, I love fucking Zevon. He's cool. He's sadly not with us anymore. His kind of strong points, he's got an absolutely cool singing voice, like really deep, and he's got this great kind of persona. I think it's really important that a singer kind of puts across. It's like acting; they kind of put across a kind of good character, and it's got to kind of work and be true to the lyrics. And with him, yeah, you really feel like you're with this kind of slightly kind of burnt out, kind of hedonist, intellectual, kind of humorist kind of guy, and really kind of really like makes you laugh, and also he does the kind of tragic stuff, really, the ballads really well. Zevon's cool. Next on the list, number 7, I have Mr. Billy Bragg. I love Billy Bragg. He's absolutely unique, kind of archetypal, kind of lefty, kind of revolutionary, angry young man kind of thing. He really put that across on record, and he's also a great songwriter in terms of melodies and lyrics, but like poetry too. Yeah, he sings in like this London accent, which is really good and quite refreshing, especially back in the 80s when we had a lot of kind of middle of the road kind of music going on. He was there with his kind of electric guitar on his own. I've had the pleasure of seeing him live loads of times as well, and he's really good. He kind of talks to the audience a lot in between the songs, and yep, I love Billy Bragg. So number 6, I think we're on. You may have heard of this band, Pink Floyd. Yep, love Pink Floyd. Their strong points, I guess the amazing, like Billy Bragg, amazing sort of message, kind of the protest kind of stuff, very much on their side. And they also did all these concept albums with amazing covers, and the music just seemed to have be taking you into a kind of different world, and had a massive kind of gravitas, like kind of talking about politics, and you really felt they had something to say. And they were a great team as well. You had David Gilmour with great sort of musicianship and melodies and stuff, and Roger Waters providing unique kind of uncompromising lyrics. Really worked well together at their best. That's Floyd. Number 5, The Divine Comedy. Absolutely love The Divine Comedy. What are their strong points? They kind of great melodies, great songwriting, like in terms of lyric, melody, all coming together. Again, Neil Hannon, he does kind of project this unique personality, and not sure quite if it's quite him or a bit of a persona he kind of puts on. He's kind of like this kind of snobby kind of guy who like makes fun of people, and yeah, a lot of humor injected to the songs, and well, particularly in the album Casanova, I think he was really his persona in the album was really on fire. I was kind of laughing aloud and just like 1 minute, and then kind of blown away by the kind of breathtaking melodies the next. That's the Divine Comedy. I should have put the list closer to me. Yeah. What have I got next? Number 4. You may have heard of these guys, ABBA. Absolutely love ABBA. Actually, I don't listen to their albums right through so much, but put together their top sort of 20 songs, and yeah, I'm absolutely blown away. Strong points, obviously, you had amazing melodies, amazing singers, and they're amazingly arranged music. I mean, it's just like a song like Dancing Queen. You don't have to hear the kind of, like, even the first chord. It just sounds absolutely, the sound of it is just absolutely amazing, the way they put the overdubbed instruments or whatever. Absolutely love ABBA. Number 3, you may have heard of these people as well, the Beatles. What can I say? Again, like Pink Floyd, an amazing combination and a good package. John Lennon was really good at a kind of feeling like he's got a message to get across, and McCartney, absolutely, peerless kind of melody writer, but a lot of overlap of skills there as well, and you really feel with that band that they were, really pushing music into new territories, trying to do new things, and succeeding most of the time. So we're up to number 2. Number 2, Jethro Tull. Absolutely love Jethro Tull. Amazing melodies. What else? Ian Anderson's singing was absolutely amazing. Really, that kind of earthy kind of sort of guy who could kind of tell a joke on a record, but then really carry an amazing sort of beautiful melody as well. And particularly notable how he after doing Aqualung, he kind of did 2 albums which were all just one song all the way through. I mean, I'm sure why he did that. It was just absolutely, really, again, taking music to new territories, and with those albums you really felt you were on a musical journey, and what can I say, absolutely amazing songwriter and musical artist. And number 1, a group I think in a bit of a league of their own for me, Genesis. Absolutely love Genesis. I'm talking mainly about their early 1970s work. What did they have? They were a great team. I mean, they had all the skills really. Gabriel's vocal, happens to have a really nice singing voice, but also he was this great persona. He was like a kind of cross between a posh bloke and an alien who landed on Earth or something. He just really absolutely comes over as an absolutely weird person, and with his live sort of dressing up and stuff, absolutely amazing sort of band to have seen live, I would imagine. I've actually seen a tribute band, Musical Box, do their stuff, and that's probably the best gig I've ever been to. So I can only imagine what the real thing was like. Gabriel, he just seemed to be into just doing the most disturbing, weird shit he could think of, really, on stage. But yeah, a great team. I mean, Tony Banks, the keyboard player, he's quite in a league of his own in terms of melodies and stuff, and the kind of musicianship, the ability to kind of channel his kind of musical ideas through a musical instrument, and virtuoso playing. So amazing team, amazing band, and all the bands I've mentioned obviously I think are absolutely cool, and I thank them all. So Gothatfunk, I hope you liked my list, and all the best to everyone, and rock on.